Welcome. We are your hosts, Chris and Tammy.
In this podcast, we dive into the mindset for networking strategies and skills you'll need to build a solid foundation to build a global business.
We've built a multi-million-dollar business and have mentored thousands of people around the globe in the last 25 years.
So the truth about habits, and we all know this, every single one of us know that we are programmed. We are programmed by birth. Think of all the things that your parents have said to you growing up, all of the things in your social environment, through church, through the school system, through family members, things that have been said that you've repeated over and over and over, and you start to program that into your life and into your DNA. And by the time you become an adult, often we don't even realize it. I took so many courses when I started network marketing to realize some of the big habits that I was playing full out in weren't even my habits. They weren't even my blueprints. So it's important for us to dig up some of the past to realize what you brought into the future. And it's time to flip that coin. Because for things to change, for things to get better, for things to move forward, we need to recognize these things. There's so much going on in our lives, in our mindsets, in our behaviors. And, sometimes we just get lost in all of this. And I know that the environment has made a huge impact on people's behaviors, mindsets, actions. That's another reason why I want to do this presentation with you, is because of things that are happening in today's world. Just connecting with people on a regular basis, getting to know people, asking questions. Man, you learn a lot. And we need to go back. We need to get back to the basics, because again, we are programmed from birth on what to think about. We tend to follow the patterns of people around us. You might be like me, a little rebel. I was always a rebel and always trying new things. And I kept being placed back in that box like the other kids. And my parents always said, why can't you be like the other children? So I thought that being creative and getting into my own space and being myself was a good thing, only to realize when, and then you start going back into that box. And then I get out of the box, I get back in the box, I get out of the box. Can any of you relate to this at all? Some of these things that we go through as children, it might not be that specific illustration, but some of the things that you can think of where you tried to spread your wings and be free and be yourself, but you're contained based on your social environment. It may not even be your parents. Your parents could be those people that encourage you to flourish, and then you get to school and it's a different ballgame. So think of all of these things. And I always like to put positive pictures out there, because that's where we need to move towards. And as often as we can is to stay in that environment of what we think about expands. Might as well put good things out there that can expand and grow from there. And so anytime you're in a situation, ask yourself, what are you thinking about for you to be in that space? Whether it's debt, whether it's lack of time, whatever it is that you put out there for the reasons that you are where you are right now. And I really want to focus on business, because that's where we all need to take our skill sets and mindsets to another level. And it is a goal for diamond training. So
Yeah, when it comes to your mindset, and this is something that you have to be very, very mindful of, because we often underestimate what we think about and what is their dominant thought. This is something I had to work on big time. Is you may say, I want to build a big business in network marketing. I want to be able to do all of these things, and you're setting all these goals, but your thought and what you're thinking about, oh, it's too expensive. Oh, the inflation is too high. Oh, Canadians don't like this. Or these are all things that you have to be careful, because what your most dominant thought of what you focus on the most is unfortunately what you will be facing on a daily basis. So how do I work on this? Is the moment I see myself venturing into these negative thoughts that goes against what the goals are, you got to stop yourself. You got to stop yourself. And one thing you can do, and I'm telling you, it works really, really well, is you remember those cartoons of Bugs Bunny, and you had the angel on the one side and the devil on the other side. You remember those little characters that were in their shoulders? So what I do is I look at the devil's side and I say, oh, thank you for sharing. And I move on. And I change my thought. And it's crazy how effective this is. Put me to the test and try it. So the moment you focus on something you want, when it comes to your desire, what it is that you want to accomplish, which is really set your mindset to get to what you want to. And again, it's not all about the money here, folks. I'm just using an example because especially in this time, everybody wants to live a better quality of life when it comes to their finances situation, because things have changed so much for people. And then often you turn around, well, this is happening, but that's happening. Gas is too high, blah, 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 blah. And what you have to do is the moment your mind is talking to you about these things, look on whatever side that little devil is and say, oh, thank you for sharing, and move on. In other words, you are irrelevant.